What's up, everybody? 3 and a Possible, April 24th edition. You might have seen our notification that we're going to try and go live. Little technical difficulties there. We're not IT people here, so apologies in retrospect.
Facebook ain't
whatever.
Shit. Just say it, dog.
Yeah, it's Facebook's fault. It's not our fault. It's definitely not the user's fault. It's all Facebook's fault.
They don't sponsor people anyway. So.
Yeah, I'll give it to you. It's either Facebook's fault or Zencaster's fault. I don't know which one to blame, but it wasn't our fault. We were ready. We were trying to do it.
I'm not going to blame the platform that we're using. Let's just say that.
I will, because we might not be using it for very much longer.
I ain't blaming Mark Zuckerberg. He might blackball us.
Facts.
He know too much. You're right.
All right, y'all. 3 and a Possible, April 24th. I'm Will Starnes.
Devion Hicks.
Joe Davis.
I saw you got a little more orange juice over there. What you drinking on? What you drinking on, Joe?
That brown orange juice.
That brown orange juice, baby. Okay, Devion got his water. I got my Goose Island IPA here. Keeping it
classy. 3 different levels. It says so much.
Three completely different levels.
Every week I'm drinking something brown. Will got some beer, and then Devion treating his soul right.
Right, I'm trying to be healthy and shit.
Right? I'm drinking that real water. You drinking that dirty water.
Man, he that Erykah Badu of the group. That's cool.
We got a lot to talk about. NBA. I don't want to keep piling on to KD, but KD keeps involving himself in drama. So we're gonna start there again. So KD liked a tweet, and we all know how it is at this point. You like something on any social media page, it's gonna show everyone else what you liked. And so KD liked a post about Steph Curry where the post had said, Steph needed KD, the former MVP, and the 3 other All-Stars in order to keep winning their titles. Devion, I'll start with you. You got any issue with KD, kind of in a way co-signing that type of rhetoric, or what do you think? What do you think about it?
He's messy. KD is messy. Like, leave it alone. I wouldn't even like it. Even if I believed it, I wouldn't have liked it. And if you do like it, you need to go ahead and stop being soft and boss up and back up what he said. Stand on what you say. If you gonna like it, stand on it. If not, just don't like it at all.
Man, if we're at that point, before we get famous, let me stop hearting every thought that I see on Twitter. Because people get mad at somebody who he's hard to think. And he did, for real, he really didn't tell a lie. Look at Steph Curry now. What are they, a 9 seed? Without any all-star next to him. Look how he don't have nobody. They're a G League team. But without another all-star next to him, you not winning the chip. Steph go get his points because Steph is Steph. He a superstar, Hall of Fame talent. But he's not going to be the only reason you get to a championship. Name any championship team that only had 1 star. It don't happen in the NBA. It just doesn't happen.
That proves KD. Yeah, like KD didn't win shit until he joined a team that won 73 games the previous year.
I'm not arguing.
Hey, Will, you get
I'm just arguing that KD is right.
Oh man,
that's great.
No, yeah, I kind of agree more with you, Devion. Like, I just think KD's soft as hell, bro. Like, why do you fucking care so much about all this extra shit? If you really think you're that good, then go fucking win a championship this year. Like, shit. First of all, get yourself fucking healthy so we can see you ball out. Because I don't know. It could be just the people that I follow and whatnot on social media, but I'm seeing a lot of people baking in excuses already for the Nets. A whole lot of excuses being set right now. Like, they're planting the seeds for all these excuses to when they don't win, why they didn't win.
Hey, Will, say what the excuses are. So when they hear them, we already say we did it. Hey,
I'll tell you. You have to win. It's a stat. You have to have 67% of regular season games played together to win a championship. No one has done that. If you don't play at least 67% of your games on the regular season, you're not winning the chip. They've been throwing that out left and right.
Some crazy stat like that, like some bullshit research that ain't nobody did until this year when Harden, Kyrie, and KD got together. Exactly. I'm just saying, like
kind of like that triple double with Draymond with no points.
He had 2 points. Hey, that's a nice triple double. Y'all not going to play Draymond.
No, that's legitimately impressive. That was legitimately impressive. But this is just like like. They put all this talent together, so I really don't want to hear about, this person missed time, that person missed time. Well, you got a fucking all-star team there. I don't want to hear that shit. When the Heat didn't win, when they had LeBron, Bosh, and Wade, ain't nobody make no goddamn excuse about, they just came together or so-and-so was hurt. Dwayne Wade was hurt like the last 3 years that they were together. I didn't see no one throwing out any sympathy for the Heat, so I'm not giving it out to the Nets.
But if you look at the Nets, man, they don't care. They don't care. KD don't care. Kyrie don't care.
No, he don't. I'll give KD that. I appreciate
James Harden may be the only one.
I'll give KD that. Like, he does not give a fuck what anybody else thinks. I can appreciate that. I just like the stuff that he does. Just is weird to me.
Head scratcher for sure.
I'm 50-50 on that, bro. Like actually, I was last week.
Actually,
I didn't think
he does care. He actually cares. He cares a lot. He cares too much, I think. But you can't say that he's inauthentic, I guess, is more what I'm getting at. Mm-hmm. He's authentically KD. He just cares too much, in my opinion.
Mama's boy, man, a little sensitive.
You would know all about that, wouldn't you, Joe?
Hey, I'm just saying, if I was KD's age at this point, y'all not going to bring up my mama every time I do something dope on TV. Like, come on, man. Why y'all keep bringing up my mama? I'm a grown-ass man. Every time I do something,
brings up Kevin Durant's mom?
Have you watched Nets games? Every time he does something, they go zoom straight to his mama. Every time. Like, he's grown as hell.
I don't want to hear that.
Please, he grown as hell.
She's sitting courtside going crazy. Like, of course I'm going to zoom in on her.
You know how, is that,
I'm going to start trolling. If I was KD, I'm trolling you.
Bro, every Warriors game when Dell and I'm blanking on his wife's name, but when the Curry family's there, they always pan to them.
Bro,
oh my God, look at the family.
First of all, she's not in the front row. Second of all, she fine. So they doing that on purpose. Stop playing. Come on, everybody know it. Stop playing.
I'm just saying, they still pan to them every single game that they're there.
Easy to put on camera. That's all I'm saying.
All right, man, whatever.
Hey, Joe. We're not about to look. That looks good for the family. That's good. Black family. Look, shout out to us. Yeah. Shout out. Power to the people.
For sure.
But KD just needs to start trolling people. I can give him some tips if you want to.
What do you mean start? He's been doing that.
Yeah, but then he jumps in with some sensitive stuff, so you can't tell if he's trolling or not.
He's not in full troll mode. Yeah, he's half stepping. I can show him how to be petty and troll. I do it every day. So. In my real life,
I do it every show. I feel you.
That's what everyone said. I'm about it.
I am. I'm a real life troll. For real.
I know that. Rings. I feel you.
All right, man. Let's move on. Let's move on to the actual basketball. I don't like sitting here talking about the damn drama. The Suns took a little trip to the Eastern Conference through some of their powerhouse teams. They did have one slip up. They lost to the Celtics. But they did beat the Sixers and they did beat the Bucks, which was pretty impressive. And I think the Suns are a team that a lot of people are trying to gauge. Are they a real contender or are they more of a pretender? I feel like I've been saying for a few weeks now, I'm pretty all in on the Suns being a real contender. Joe, let's start with you. Does this Suns run against some of the elite teams in the East, what's that make you think about them in terms of contending?
The Suns are on the same level to me as the Utah Jazz. It's a nice regular season story. It depends on who they may make it out the first round, depending on who they match up, but they're not a serious threat. It out the first round. It depends on who they match up against. It really depends on who they match up against.
What you got your cup again? What you got your cup again?
Orange I'm telling you, the Suns. The Suns ain't nothing weak to mess around with. But come on, man, they don't have the experience.
You know why? What you
gotta show me first. You know how it is in the NBA. You know how it is in the NBA. You show that first year you make it to the playoffs. You show a little bit. Everybody say, "Ooh, ah." The second year, you may get it out the first round, and then you're going to get punked. And then they're going to third, fourth year is your real opportunity to make it to the chip. They are 2 years, 2-3 years away.
Chris Paul ain't got that much time left.
Bro,
I'm not worried about Chris Paul. It's the young people. It's the young talent. They don't, the bench, everybody else.
That's why they going to be all right because of Chris Paul.
Not there.
Everything
man.
that you just said, Chris Paul he's already went through, and Chris Paul does not go to the playoffs. I don't remember last time he didn't went to the playoffs. He got bounced out the first round. Well, he's actually playing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see it happening. That's what I say. You might.
You think they're a real contender?
Yeah, bro. The more and more I see it, the more and more they scare me. I'm just being real. That's the only team in the West that scares me.
What they end up playing the Lakers in the first round?
Bro, they're not.
That's the only team.
In the first round.
They're not going to play us first round.
How would they play the Lakers in the first round? Lakers are getting their people back. They're still sitting in fifth. They're not going to fall.
Hey man, it's close. You never know.
Portland's got Dame out right now. They're not going to jump the Lakers.
Yeah, I forgot Dame was out.
Dallas.
We 3 games
above. Anything can happen, man. The Lakers are not that good. The Lakers are not that good with an unhealthy AD and no LeBron. They just not that good.
I mean, they've been treading water just
we
fine.
Still winning and 3 games ahead.
That's true.
Bro, we fine. That's true. Yeah, we good, bro. We 3 games ahead of Dallas, 3 games behind Denver, which we might end up catching Denver for real. Because if we can do this with no AD and no LeBron, AD's playing. Well, he's on like minute restrictions right now. LeBron should be back next week, hopefully.
So right now the Suns will be playing the Trailblazers.
I think the Mavericks.
Yeah,
I think the Mavericks are the 17th.
Yeah. No, Mavericks are in the 6th.
No.
Oh, they moved up. Okay, so they.
with no Dame.
Well, Dame should be back by then. Dame should be back by then. Dame. It sounds like Dame is maybe a week-ish out.
Dame's run out. He's tired. Those games without CJ McCollum, they ran him through.
I think this injury could be like a blessing in disguise for him because, like you said, he was having to play a lot of high leverage minutes. You know, as long as the hamstring is fully healed and it's not one of those things that he's like constantly worrying about, could be a good thing for him. But I hate that matchup for the Trailblazers. I don't.
They over with.
I don't see them beating the Suns.
They're gonna lose in 5 games. If they play the Suns, they're gonna lose in 5 games.
I'm telling you, the one thing about the Suns that seems so what's the word, like just different is their defense. They are a really good defensive team, which is not what you usually think of when you think of the Suns. You think of D'Antoni, Steve Nash, just run and gun. But man, like they will.
I don't trust young teams in the playoffs. I just don't.
Let me ask y'all a question.
They're not that young.
So look,
they are young. They're very
not that young.
Devin Booker is young, but he's not. He's not green. Devin Booker has been here.
Devin Booker's like their second oldest player. It's Chris Paul, Devin Booker.
That's fine.
No, it's not fine in the playoffs. It's really not. It's fine in the regular season. When the playoffs come down, I guarantee you, them butt cheeks get tight and they're going to be able to pick up cherries. Something going to happen. I don't trust young players in the playoffs. They're going to have to prove it to me before I go all in.
Young players with young players with no experience or no guidance. Yeah, but
they don't have any experience.
They got a game changer.
The only experience they have is the bubble. Only experience they have is the bubble.
No, they got Chris Paul. They got that veteran who actually, and they respect him and they listen to him. You can tell.
One dude.
That's all it takes.
Jay Crowder.
We've been watching LeBron do it. And
Jay Crowder's a vet. Jay Crowder's went to the finals last year.
And he was a big piece.
Okay.
Bro,
Jay Crowder's a good little piece. He's a good little piece. I'm not going to lie. Jay Crowder good. Jay Crowder good.
And Miami was pissed when they didn't get him back.
Yeah, facts. They needed him.
If you look at the Heat team last year that made their run, I mean, if you're one of the people that discounts it because of the bubble, I have no argument for you. I disagree, but there's no.
No, the Heat were legit last year. The Heat were legit last year.
You could say the same thing that you're saying about the Suns this year as the Heat last year. Bam was in his 3rd year. Hero was a rookie. Duncan was in his 2nd year. His 1st year actually seeing minutes. Nunn was a rookie. You had Jimmy.
Are we really going to compare the Miami Heat organization to the Phoenix Suns organization?
As an organization, no, but makeup of their team, I don't think it's that different. He had a couple more veterans that they could mix in.
You got to take into account the culture and the organization of Miami Heat. That's right. The one team you have to take that into account.
I'm not predicting the Suns will go to the finals, but I see them right now. The way I see it, I see if the way the standings fall allows for it, I see a Suns Lakers Western Conference Finals, and at that point, they're a real contender.
Who do you see beating them besides the Lakers? How about that? Because think about it, bro. Look, they got
if they're the second best team, they're a real contender.
Maybe the Nuggets. Maybe. Just because I don't think they got nobody who can guard Jokic. Maybe. Because the Nuggets have been playing well. That's just a bad matchup.
They don't need to guard Jokic. No, bro. They don't need to guard Jokic.
You're right. No. Good point.
No, you absolutely have to guard Jokic. Jokic is the biggest.
He do his thing. You know,
the Suns have better perimeter players.
I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I don't think
Suns got better perimeter players, though. Yeah, Suns got better perimeter players.
The Suns have a good team to deal with Jokic, because to deal with Jokic, you can't straight up double him. He's too good of a passer.
Who do they have though?
So you have to dig and then react back to your man. A Cam Johnson, a Michael Bridges, Jay Crowder. I'm blanking on
who's the center. DeAndre Ayton.
DeAndre Ayton will be able to hold his own. He'll be able to hold his own, get the dig to help to make Jokic pass, and then they got to be able to react quickly to the shooters, which I think their wing players will be able to do. So I think that'd be a really intriguing matchup. That'd be a fun one to see.
I hope we do see that.
Yeah, they're gonna put that defense on them, and they're gonna hope that they offense. Like that's what the Suns have. I think a lot of people don't have. They can put them clamps on you, and then force your offense to try to score. And then if you have issues with your offense, we know Jokic gonna do his thing. But if he just has an okay game, they over with. And then Devin Booker, you're not stopping him 1-on-1. You can't stop Chris Paul. Or they're gonna just do a pick and roll, and who's gonna stop the king of pick and roll?
Which I think is
you know what I'm saying?
It's interesting because when you look at the West, it's going to be defense that gets you to the championship. But when you look at the East, I think it's going to be offense because it's crazy over there, man. If the Nets are healthy, that's going to be hard to beat that offense, man.
They ain't going to be healthy.
I ain't worried about it.
They're not going to be healthy. I agree. I don't think they're going to be healthy either.
And bro,
I hope they're healthy. I really hope they're healthy because I do not want the excuses. I don't want to hear people.
They're gonna ball out in the playoffs, bro. They're gonna ball out if they're healthy in the playoffs.
All right,
they ain't gonna be healthy, bro.
I'm ready for it. I want to see it.
Oh man, every game gonna be like 133 to 127 and stuff like that. But it's gonna be crazy. It's gonna be fun.
I don't think so.
Yeah, nah. That's what I'm saying.
Let's talk about another team that's got some injury issues. You guys brought them up already. The Lakers. AD played his first game back from his injury. He was not very good. Was 2 of 10. Just really looked out of sync. Do you attribute that all to just the injury? Do you attribute that to having no LeBron James out there with him? Are you concerned? I guess is my overall question to you guys. Devion, I'll start with you. Are you concerned with how bad AD looked in his first game back?
Nope. If he plays like this past maybe 5 games, then I might get a little worried. But big man coming off an injury, no LeBron, but play 15 minutes is gonna be rusty. We'll see I think they play again tonight. And it's a back-to-back game, so they got same competition. Now if he does the same or does worse, I'm gonna be a little worried and I might have, tell him like, hey, you might have to sit this man down for another week or so. But it's all gonna look like that. It's gonna look rusty, gonna look out of sync because now they had a good little flow. You throw AD back in there for 15 minutes, then now LeBron's gonna come back in there. So it'll be a few little games for them now. From Schroeder being big dog on campus, now he's gonna be semi big dog, and then AD's trying to transition back to being in the one spot. Not AD, but what's bro name? LeBron will come back, go take over the one spot, and they go just fill in. Hopefully they just fall in line and do what they're supposed to, which I think they will do. That's why I'm not worried about it. They all got confidence now, and AD just needs to step back into his role. And when LeBron comes back, LeBron ain't gonna put up with AD going 2 for 10. more than one night. You know what I'm saying? I just can't see LeBron going for that.
Not happening.
Yeah, so I ain't worried.
Man, AD just not 100% yet. They slowly gonna bring him in, and he'll be just fine. And he's learning. The last year and a half, he's been playing where he's the only big man for real on the team. Now they got Andre Drummond, so now he's gonna go back to that 4 spot where he likes. So he's not gonna be playing in the post as much. So he's gonna slowly get back in that groove, and he's gonna figure out how to play the 4, get back to his playing in the 4 spot. They're gonna be just fine. It's just all about what happened in the playoffs. But
Hey, yo,
I am worried about what
me.
I'm worried about what Davion said. Schroeder is the liability because he got an ego problem, and he ain't gonna want to give up. I'm running the show. He gonna be like, "No, LeBron, I'm running this pick and roll." And that's gonna be the problem. That's gonna be a huge problem with the Lakers. But we're gonna see what happens.
I don't think that's gonna be a problem.
Yeah. This dude went from the 6th man of the year to going to the Lakers, and the first thing he said was, I should be the starter.
He should be the starter.
Yeah,
who should be starting over Schroeder?
Nobody.
That's not the.
He's right.
He should be the starter because they don't have a guard, but that's not the point. That's the mentality. He got that ego.
Yeah.
He got the ego. That's not the point. He think he is the number one go-to guy. He always
think about what
that.
LeBron has been saying. Think about what LeBron's been saying since before he went to. Like he said, he went to the Lakers because he didn't want to keep playing point guard. He wanted to be a legitimate off-ball player. So having somebody like Schroeder that can run an offense, well, can handle the ball. I don't know if I would say he can run an offense, but he can handle the ball. That should be a little of what LeBron wants. LeBron does not want to keep having to shoulder such a huge load at age 36, 7, 8.
You think that? I think LeBron wants to run the offense.
No, I'm sure he wants to, but he knows he's not. He knows his body is not going to hold up doing that.
That's not what it is. He doesn't want to have to be the person doing all the brute force to score. That's the problem.
Right, but that's what happens when you run the offense yourself. When you have such a high usage, that's what's going to happen. So
I don't think LeBron
I think it's good that Schroeder can take some of that load away from LeBron, because as good as AD is, he can't do that. He can't do that for LeBron. Now they can have some easy possessions where LeBron just walks it up, throws that thing to AD and says, AD, just go get a bucket and take the play off. But that's going to be pretty easy to stop in the playoffs if it's that simple. So I think it's a good thing. I'm a little worried for the Lakers, a little bit, just because I'm worried that they're bringing AD back a little too early. I wouldn't bring him back until he's good, because you don't want AD to become Kevin Love, where he's just really a shooter on offense. Like, you need AD. So if that means you don't bring him back until 2 games left in the regular season, whatever. But bring him back when he can be that full Anthony Davis, attacking the basket, mixing in jump shots, not relying on jump shots. Because if he's scared to go attack the basket, that's not going to be a good recipe for the Lakers with some capable competition in the Western Conference.
But like, to his defense, you think what he's trying to do, I agree with you on that. You think they trying to do is he is scared to go to the basket. Now he could be at that 4 step off. They got that cleanup man down there. So if he is, he's
that's
lacking
fine,
his confidence.
But that's not what you brought Anthony Davis to the Lakers to be. Is just what Kevin Love became in Cleveland.
But Anthony Davis and LeBron got the same mentality. They don't want to fight in the post all game long. They just don't want to do it. They can, but they don't want to do it.
AD does not have the pedigree to be making such demands, in my opinion. LeBron earned that after 13, 14, 15 years of attacking the basket and getting beat up. Anthony Davis has been doing it for, this is his 9th season? Sorry. You gonna take my Usher buck back?
He's got a ring. Yeah. No, I'm giving you kids keep that. He got a ring, so he can make a little bit more demands, but he does need to stop being a little bitch. Just be real with you. But hey, bro, we don't got the luxury of letting Anthony Davis rest until he's fully healed. That probably really might take a year for it to do. we got all type of injuries that we dealing with. We just hopefully, that these people bodies don't get too banged up. I'm really only worried about AD's body in the playoffs. Nobody else's. Because that's
AD break down and they got no chance.
Yeah, if they break,
I wouldn't say they don't have a chance, but
we not winning it all.
It would be a legit competition.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be the walk in the park to the finals. At the end of the day, the way LeBron has still been playing this year, if you got LeBron, you got a chance to win.
He took that Cavs team to the finals. I mean,
that was the East. Not happening. The Suns beating us. If AD gets hurt, the Suns gonna beat us.
I agree. LeBron gonna get off, but I'm worried about everybody else.
Oh, yeah, he gonna have 35, 9, and 7.
Right?
But it's gonna be fun to watch, but it's gonna be, as a fan, I'm gonna want to cry.
And then they're gonna say Michael Bridges slowed down LeBron. That's exactly what the storyline will be.
Oh, you already know they're gonna say that, bro. Come on, bro.
Like you're saying Steph Curry should have a Finals MVP then, Joe.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Oh, okay.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
After you were just dogging this man earlier, saying KD, did more for him than he did for KD, but whatever, it's all good.
That's exactly what I said. No, it's not what I said. I said Steph needs another All-Star next to him to win the chip. That's what I said.
So you said Steph's like every other NBA player that's ever won a championship. Got it. Okay.
Exactly what I said.
Let's transition to the Eastern Conference. There were some big games this past week. The Bucks and the 76ers, the 1 and the 3 played each other. Important to note, no Ben Simmons in that game, but the Bucks did win, and they made Embiid look pretty mediocre. 3 rebounds for Embiid, 21 points on 21 shots, I believe. Might have had a few more points, but he was 9 of 21 from the field, not very efficient. 0-4 from 3, just bothered him.
That's Embiid.
Is this something that that Philly should worry about come playoff time, Joe?
I think it's something you should always worry about. I know Embiid's had an MVP season, but when you look at him statistically and throughout his career, he's not consistent. You'll get a good little 2, 3, 4 games of him going nuts, 30 and 10, and then the next game he'll go 3 points, 7 rebounds. Like it's just his mentality. It's just the type of player he is. So I am definitely worried what Embiid's going to be in the playoffs. Because last time we saw him in the playoffs, he was walking in the tunnel crying with his girlfriend on his arm.
Joe, let me ask you this: Are you more concerned? Are you more concerned purely just about Embiid like stopping himself, or are you more worried that the Bucks do something to stop Embiid?
No, the Bucks have been looking great, but they just don't play well against the 76ers. Like, I mean, I was surprised how they played against the 76ers a couple days ago. So I just think it's Embiid. It's all Embiid. I don't know how consistent he's going to be. I know he's been a little consistent this year in the MVP season, but that's it.
Those two are playing as we record right now. Milwaukee is up 4 in the second quarter right now. So so we're not confused, I'm referring to the game that was, I believe, the 21st.
No Ben Simmons though. Still
no Ben Simmons still.
Yeah, see that's a big deal.
Yeah,
it is a big deal. He's a big key to them stopping Giannis.
Yeah, and no Embiid.
Yeah, Embiid's not playing right now.
Yeah, Embiid's
down
not
by 4. And they lost by 7 with no Ben Simmons. I'm not worried at all because Ben Simmons gets put on there. That defense is a stopper. He's going to cause problems with anybody he guards. I don't care anybody that's a 6'10" point guard whose wingspan. I probably can grab your arm. You can grab his arm. That's his wingspan. You feel me? So what this dude is. You know what I'm saying? So they lost by 7. Embiid looked terrible. He got 3 rebounds with like 3 assists. He shot less than 50% from anywhere. He didn't look good, and they lost by 7. No, I'm cool with that. I'm perfectly fine. And then when they beat Brooklyn 2 times out of the 3, even though they didn't have like their complete team. But the Brooklyn team that they just played, that might be the team that they end up playing in the final or in the playoffs. Or it's going to switch out from Kyrie to what is it? Kyrie's going to probably be the one who plays the most. Don't know. Yeah,
we have no idea about James.
I have no idea.
Ironic?
Yeah,
isn't that ironic?
Yeah, ain't that funny though? That is funny. Like we was on Kyrie about that, but now he's He's the one you can count on, right?
Everyone been killing Kyrie for taking personal days off or whatever, and Kyrie's out there balling by himself right now.
We told everybody that he was doing Ramadan, and then he come out yesterday and say it. We're trying to tell people.
Bro,
the media ain't shit, man.
They not. That Ramadan helps him.
I'm lucky. They lucky he ain't snapped on them yet.
All right.
He needs.
Let's stay. I'm gonna stay on this Bucks 76ers real quick because I'm gonna tell you why I am a little concerned for Philly if they play Milwaukee, because the one thing that benefit usually when Ben Simmons doesn't play, Joel Embiid actually plays a little better because they space the floor a little better for him. They don't have someone else that can't shoot out there. So the fact that they were able to still bother him with just nothing but shooters around him. That's a little concerning. I didn't get to watch a lot of that game. I'll have to go back and try and find a recording of it. But I want to see how they really bothered him. Was it because of digging and then reacting back out to shooters? Was it Embiid was getting the shots that he usually gets and just missing? Because if that's the case, then I'm not worried at all. But Embiid is he's a weird dude, and part of the thing that worries me about Embiid in the playoffs is how the games get officiated differently. You usually get less foul calls, and Embiid,
he's getting that respect now, though.
No. He's gotten that respect since he came into the league.
He's been getting the touchiest
stuff, and he falls out like you just clothesline this man. He's falling out on the ground. Like, oh my god!
Which I hate. Bro. I hate when big men fall to the ground. You too goddamn big. Exactly.
Hurt yourself.
You gonna hurt yourself.
You too big.
Oh, there's it. Boy, you 400 pounds. You trying to
man?
Ain't gonna fall, boy. You gonna
hate it.
Boy, you better hurt.
But that's what I'm saying, because I saw he only got 7 free throw attempts in that game. I don't know if that was more of a result of him shooting more, or if that was he just wasn't getting the calls and it was officiated more like a playoff game. Because I feel like when he gets frustrated like that, when he doesn't get foul calls, that's when he starts checking out the game and just stops playing.
Facts.
So that's what I'm worried about.
When he gets in foul trouble and the game slows down, he doesn't have fun anymore. Like, if you got to think about it, he didn't start playing he ain't been playing basketball his whole life. Somebody saw him one day and said, "You big as hell. You should try basketball. Get out of Africa." And he did. He don't really like basketball like that. Once it's not fun to him no more, he check out.
I'm not sure that's why he checks out, but he does check out at the end of the day. And that's what really concerns me about the Sixers having success, because he's their best player. Ben Simmons can't be their best player when it comes to the playoffs.
Chance. Nope.
He just can't be their best player. So we'll see.
If he is, they lose. Yeah. Now, they're only losing by 8 right now. Giannis got 11. He got 11 and 12. He's 4-6
in the second quarter.
Yeah, in the quarter. Yeah, like they're losing by 8. Milwaukee is winning by 8. No Embiid, no Simmons, no nothing.
I wish Giannis had a jump shot.
They still got Tobias Harris.
I'm okay with that.
Let's not sleep on Tobias Harris. But
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm okay with that.
Let's transition. Heat, after their very embarrassing loss to the Minnesota Timberwolves, reeled off 3 straight, including against the Nets, where Bam hit a game winner. Then they beat a non-impressive Rockets team, even though the Heat had one starter playing. They beat the Spurs, and so I was starting to get my hopes up again until last night. They lost to the Hawks without Trae Young and Clint Capella, and then Spurs. Spurs are a playoff team. I mean, I'm not saying it was a fantastic win, but they beat the Nets, Rockets, Spurs, and then they lost to the Trae Young list, Clint Capella list, Atlanta Hawks, in a very important game actually for the Heat. The Heat were down 1 game to the Hawks in the Eastern standings, and they only played them 3 times. But the game was for the tiebreaker between the Hawks and the Heat, so that was a very important game for the Heat that they just did not get up for. And so I want to transition this to talk about Bam. I love Bam. I've mentioned before, I'm not sure he's a max player.
He ain't a max player.
And this is why I don't think he's a max player. He has the capability to be a max player, but how Bam only took 6 shots in the first 3 quarters in that important of a game, that would have leapt them all the way to the 5th seed had they won that game. And instead, Bam takes 6 shots in the first 3 quarters. No one really brought it. Goran Dragic looked hurt again. He's missing the game tonight against the Bulls. What do you guys evaluation of Bam? Because Bam, to me, I think Bam should be the defensive player of the year. I'll give him that. But offensively, it just seems like too often he has games where he just is passive. Just passive and just doesn't do what he's supposed to do. Devion, what you think?
I'm trying to process everything. Bro, I like that. I don't know what the hell is going on. Like, what he's missing. Like, he really should be. I'm not lying, bro. He really should be like a 28 and 10 a game type of person, and he's not. And I don't know if it's like, is he lacking confidence, or that he just doesn't believe that he is that guy or something? Like, does he need to be coached a little bit more? I just don't know what it is. It's like he has every element to the game to make him literally that guy.
He should be
and I don't know what is happening.
He has a matchup no matter who he's playing against. He will always have a mismatch, and he doesn't take advantage of it.
You don't. Because his handle, I don't care what nobody said, that boy handle is mean.
He got a good handle.
Man, to be that big, and he got a spin move, he'll put you on skates for real. Like, how you not taking advantage of that?
He should be Giannis. He should be just like Giannis. But he's got a better jump shot.
Yeah, he definitely got a better jump shot. Man, see,
I think that's what it is. I think he don't got that mentality. Like, Giannis got that dog in him. Like, you can't stop it. He don't care if he 0 for 30. He getting the last rebound. He gonna put it back in. He gonna tie the game. He gonna run down the court like this. I don't think Bam. I don't know that game winner. We'll see. I'll put it like this. Let's see what that game winner does to Bam's like game and his confidence. Maybe that's what he needed.
I told you what it did. They played last night. He took 6 shots in the first 3 quarters. Didn't do shit.
Nah, that
don't matter though. It's overall.
I gotta give him I gotta give him a couple games. I ain't gonna give him like. Bro, I gotta give him a few games.
Look what he did in the Celtics series last in the Eastern Conference Finals. This man single-handedly closed out the Celtics. I'm like, okay, next year Bam's gonna be at that level to bring it every single night, and he doesn't.
You about to make me say something real disrespectful. Come on, man.
Come on. Hey, Joe.
Come on, man. If you give this man a max contract, you're going to feel just like Utah Jazz fans giving Rudy Gobert a max contract. It's going to look good some nights, and other nights you're going to be pissed the fuck off. That's just facts. Bam is a really good player, but he damn sure ain't a max player. He is not a max player.
Oh my
in this NBA, I ain't paying. In this NBA, I'm not paying no big man, no max contract. I won't even give a max contract to Joel Embiid, but that's just because of injuries. But ain't no big man I would give a max contract in the NBA this year. In this league, this NBA league, ain't no big man. Come on, man. You know I'm right. You know I'm right. You know I'm right.
If Bam plays aggressive, he's a max player. He impacts the game. He impacts the game more than anybody on the Heat. He's more of a max player than Jimmy Butler.
Don't make him a max player on that team, maybe, but in the league, he is not a max player.
He can literally take anybody on the opposing team and shut them out. Look at what the Nets game.
Okay.
Kyrie Irving, a point guard, went 1 of 7 when guarded by Bam.
You really think any other team would pay a max dollar amount?
Everybody is looking for Bam. Everyone's
not for
looking
max.
For Bam.
Not for max.
Yes, they would.
Not for max.
They paying for you crazy?
Yeah, you're out of your mind. You are out of your fucking mind.
Market. Let Bam go on the open market. People gonna be throwing money at him like
not max.
The Lakers would go after him. The Nets would go at every big name team, every title contending team would be throwing max dollars at Bam.
Okay. I promise you, Bam does not get a max contract. I promise you.
Yeah, he already got it. You crazy. And he leaves.
He's already a max player.
Yeah,
he gave him a max contract.
He's not getting another one.
I bet you he does.
Okay. We'll see. Bam's not getting another max. No.
Yeah, he will.
I do not. We'll see.
Yeah.
This man
I know the NBA throwing money around like crazy. Bam not getting another max contract. Man.
Bam is going to break every single one of Alonzo Mourning's records in the Miami Heat organization.
It's a fact.
Every single one.
It's a fact.
/ Udonis Haslem, whichever one Haslem has.
Bro, it is a shortage. of good big man, especially he's
okay.
Look,
and he's skilled.
He's skilled.
Like
he's a stretch anything.
and
Literally, you
you'll
can put the ball in his
regret
hand.
it.
He can shoot. He can
And
dribble. He
you'll
plays defense
regret
1
it.
through 5.
And
And
you'll
he can, bro.
regret
He
it.
can rack. No, you won't regret him. You just
You'll
got to make sure you
regret
put
it.
the right piece away. Now, if you
You'll
make him a
regret
max
it.
player and he's the number 1 option, I think you'll regret it. But you go pair him up. Go put him on Brooklyn. What? Him and Kyrie? You get him and James Harden?
They're not winning the chip?
Bro, boy, that's a real dangerous. That's a real dangerous.
You've been saying the Nets are going to win a chip with this team.
Yeah, you put bro.
They got 3 superstars.
Bro, if we thought LaMarcus Aldridge was a game changer,
you trade
I didn't say
Bam
LaMarcus
for
Aldridge
any
was a
one
game
of the.
changer. I didn't say that.
Well, the world did. The world thought LaMarcus Aldridge was a game changer, and Blake Griffin, he's better than LaMarcus and Blake together.
Hey, this ain't a Michael Jackson song. This ain't a Michael Jackson song. This 3 ain't possible.
Boy, crazy.
Okay?
Man,
talking about we are the world out here. You crazy. Bam
you right, though. But he better than them two. He better than them two.
Now, okay. Now the way the NBA set up, he gonna get another max contract.
Oh, so here you already go changing your goddamn answer. Here you go. He won't get another max contract. 5 minutes later, the way the NBA is, he's gonna get another one.
Like I said at the beginning, Rudy Gobert got a max contract. So,
well, yeah. I mean, Utah should be. That's Utah. Can't help that.
Exactly.
They got to do that to keep anybody that's actually any good. All right, let's go to a team that has a player that we all love, Bradley Beal. The Wizards have been on fire. Finally looking like the team that I think we all thought they were going to be before the season. They have gotten themselves into the play-in games. My question to you guys is, should the top seeds, the Bucks, the Sixers, the Nets, be worried about the Wizards if they get into that play-in series and then advance to the regular playoffs? Devion.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Really?
Yeah, bro. When is the best time for them to catch fire? Right now. And you got look at what Russ is doing. And we know playoff Russ. He giving it all.
Mm-hmm.
He giving it all. And then
first of all,
Bradley Beal,
let's not forget. We know playoff Bradley Beal too, bud. Back-to-back 40-point games back in the day when they were playing the Isaiah Thomas.
They had Paul Pierce on their squad.
I showed like, hey, Will, you took the words right out of my mouth because I can't see him. I cannot see him fold. If Bradley Beal folds in the playoffs, bro, I will believe anything anybody tells me when it comes to basketball. Don't see it happening. Russ is balling, and they might. I'm not gonna lie to you. Now, they might upset somebody. I don't know who it could be, but now they might upset somebody, and they're gonna be hurt when they do it. And Russ go, and then don't
remember when we did the trade deadline show? Remember when we did the trade deadline show? I told y'all I liked them sneakily getting Daniel Gafford from the Bulls. And that they are, I think, 9-1 now in games that he has been available to play in. He is a perfect fit for Russell Westbrook.
Bruh.
All right, Joe.
Y'all telling me.
Yes.
Russell Westbrook.
Yes.
Bradley Beal.
Yes.
Denny Avdija, Joe.
Nah, Denny's out for the year. He broke his leg.
Oh, he out for the year. Okay.
Yeah, he ain't playing for
Hachimura, Bertans. Do they even have Bertans back?
Bertans hit a big shot the other night.
And Robin Lopez is going to upset somebody. Look at they starting lineup. Bruh, no.
Joe, let me ask you this.
Come on, bro.
That team is trash, bro. They got two players. Bertans is coming off an injury. He's starting to play a little bit better. They got 2 players.
Yeah,
don't sit here and tell me
how many players
Washington Wizards is going to upset
how many players are the Nets
top 3 seed.
Oh,
the Nets got 3.
They're not finna upset a top 3 seed.
They got 1.
They're not finna upset
they got one
a
at a
top 3
time.
seed.
Joe.
They got one at a time.
Joe.
So it doesn't matter. Yeah, we thought.
Joe, let me ask you this: is Russell Westbrook going to be a Hall of Famer?
That's irrelevant. Of course he is.
Is he still in his prime?
Yes, it's irrelevant.
Do you think Bradley Beal will be a Hall of Famer?
I don't know.
I'm gonna say yes.
I can't say yes.
I'm shocked.
All are good. Hall of Good. Hall of Good. Hall of Good.
Oh, you crazy, boy. That boy.
I need to look up how many people that have led the league in scoring that did not make the NBA Hall of Fame. I don't actually. That'd be an interesting stat to look at.
I'm going to look it up right now because I don't know if I know anybody.
Hall of Good. Hall of Good.
True. This man averaging 31 points a game to Hall of Good.
That don't mean nothing. What's that mean?
That means he's a fucking bucket. That's what it means.
That don't mean nothing, bro.
You know how hard it is to score. You know how hard it is to score 30.
Don't talk to me. We're gonna have to stop talking this NBA conversation, this Hall of Fame conversation.
We sure are, because you make my head hurt.
First of
all,
you
want to put 14 points a game in the fucking Hall of Fame, but not a guy that can average 30.
First of all, Jimmer Fredette gonna make the Hall of Fame one year, so let's be real about it. I promise you he will. I promise you he will.
What Hall of Fame are
you? Bro, you're trying to overrate how much
basketball Hall of Fame, which is
you're trying to overstate how much they look at your college.
They do.
Your college resume.
They do.
I'm not saying that they don't, but they do not look. They do not weight it the way that you is. Jimmer Fredette, in the end of the day, did nothing in college basketball except put up numbers. He didn't win anything.
I promise you he'll make the Hall of Fame.
No, he will.
Plus, what he does in China, I promise you, Jimmer Fredette will make the Hall of Fame. I ain't saying it's gonna be soon. It'll be in China. I promise you, he'll make the Hall of Fame in China.
Oh my god!
I promise you, bro.
Do you realize this just makes your other comments sound even dumber?
No, because
Tracy McGrady, not a Hall of Famer. LaMarcus Aldridge, not a Hall of Famer, but Jimmer fucking Fredette is.
That's my whole point. The NBA Hall of Fame.
I know you're saying it's watered down. You're taking out people that were way better.
It's because it's so ridiculous. They take into account so many different things that it's stupid. The basketball Hall of Fame is stupid.
Back to the Wizards. Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal can go off at any time. I don't think the Nets have beaten them yet. So the Nets damn sure got to be worried. The Bucks, I don't know if the Bucks really need to be that worried because they got some dogs to go get them too.
Yeah.
But Philly, they better be worried because they're going to Embiid's going to be going to be out of breath, out the game. Bro, they need to be worried about the Wizards.
Y'all are serious about the Wizards being a threat against a top 3 seed in the East. Y'all serious?
Yes, because we've seen what Russell does when he has nobody in the playoffs and he shows up every time. Now he has a 31-point a game killer on his squad. Like we thought he would do something with Paul George, and I'm taking Bradley Beal over Paul George. I'm covering nobody, and I'm a big Paul George fan.
I agree.
He just
1,000 times over.
Yeah, it's over, bro. Like Bradley Beal got a point to prove. They really disrespected my man this year when they not giving him the props that he should do. Because if anybody else has a stat line he'll be doing, they'd be like, oh yeah, he's the next face of the NBA. They'd be saying all kinds of crazy stuff, but he does it.
Look,
they forget
Steph
about
Curry
it.
went on a little stretch to get caught up with Brad in the scoring title, and then all of a sudden we hear MVP talk for Steph Curry.
Disrespectful.
Even though they're in the same exact position that the Wizards are.
Come on now. Man, Will, talk to me, bro. Like, talk to this man. Because I don't
No.
Come on, bro. All right, bro. When you see
we gonna see
the Wizards,
we gonna see.
They're gonna push them. They are going to push them.
Yeah, you better hope.
Push them to what? Maybe one game?
Stop it.
Come on, bro.
Stop it.
Please, dog. Y'all really talking about the Wizards like that?
And here's that biggest thing why I think the Wizards can actually go and upset people. You gotta, if everybody's dealing with injuries in the NBA, they're dealing with injuries in the NBA. And the two people, the people that you really, really need to be hurt, they come back like this. It don't take them long to get they step back, they booming, and then they gonna come back.
Dogs. They just want to get out there and hoop.
Now go look at Brooklyn. They come back. It's 12 minutes, 8 minutes in. Oh, hamstring. Get that man out. Get him out. Man. Get him out. You run across a Wizards like that, Russ gonna be like, oh yeah, this dog food. He said, and they think they already go lose. They already think that they go upset them. They not go. The Wizards can't beat nobody. You can't give fuel to a monster like Russ like that. You can't do that. I'm sorry, bro.
I know I say some crazy stuff, but y'all tripping. Bro, y'all going in on the Wizards like this? It gotta
be because it's not Russ. Yeah, it gotta be because it's Russ. Because I guarantee if Steph Curry was in the same position
I love Russ.
Right now with this weak team, they'd be like, oh yeah, he can win it all with the championship. He can do this. Think he can do like literally 50 points.
And I would still say they crazy.
Y'all in a 10th seed. You know what I'm saying? They just hate on Russ and Bradley. That's all it is, bro.
They do hate.
That's all it is.
But y'all run for them too hard, bro.
I'm
they
giving
not
them
a good basketball team. They not a good basketball team.
I mean, I'm not saying they're going to go win a championship, but they could upset somebody.
Yeah, we just saying they go upset somebody. I ain't saying they a great basketball organization.
So
or team
where they at?
At all.
Where they at right now? Y'all saying they can upset?
Let me go
Brooklyn.
Let me bring my stat sheet back.
Brooklyn and the Sixers,
Milwaukee.
I think
chance.
Brooklyn and the 76ers should be worried. I don't think Milwaukee should really be that worried about.
I don't think Milwaukee should be worried about anybody besides.
What you been preaching? What you been trying to preach? Brooklyn. The East isn't about defense; it's about offense. You get 53 points a game from those two. 53.
And that's all. And who else gonna score? Their team is trash. I'm not talking about the top two. Their team is
Russ
trash.
Might get you 50,
the coach is trash.
Somebody else gonna score.
The coach is trash. They not good.
Yeah. Russ out here getting 15 assists. Somebody got to be putting the thing in the bucket.
They not
you
good,
getting it.
Bro.
Look, Joe. Look, I'll give you this. Look, Joe. I'll give you that because they do miss some bogus shots. Like they have some wide open layups, and they will.
Y'all saying they're a threat to upset somebody. In the position they in, that means Brooklyn,
Brooklyn on upset alert
or Milwaukee.
Yes.
No chance.
Milwaukee's the only one they don't have to worry about. Everybody else is dealing with injuries, and they rely so heavily on these people that are injured. And look at what we just got on Embiid for coming back, not holding his own. So now if Embiid loses a part of his game out of there, you better hope Tobias Harris out there scoring 40 a game. I'm just being real. Brooklyn got injury problems, and you think a Kyrie led
the same in a month. I guess if the injuries are the same in a month, I
don't see it happening.
All right, let's look at the play-in situations. Let's look at the play-in situations right now. So in the East, we got the Heat in the 7 seed, Charlotte in 8, the Pacers 9, Wizards 10. Miami is a game out of from Boston at 6. So Boston could come back. Charlotte is a game and a half behind the Heat. The Pacers are a game and a half behind the Hornets. The Wizards are a game and a half behind Indy. The Bulls are a game behind Washington for that final spot.
Yeah, big game.
Are these the 4 teams? Are these the 4 teams? Or should I say, can the Bulls or the Raptors, who are also close, do you think either one of them can get into the mix?
Bulls, they might, but that's a toss-up because LeVin's out for 10 or 14 days, so that might be it. And then they play y'all tonight. If they lose to y'all, they're losing to y'all today for sure. I don't see how y'all losing. If y'all lose,
no Dragic, no Hero tonight for the Heat.
I just don't see it happening.
Yeah, man, it's
just can't see it happening.
You think it's set?
It's set. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's set. The team that I actually think that would be the one that would drop out
Indiana.
Is the Pacers, because they just lost. They just lost Miles Turner for the year.
Sabonis is out right now.
The Bulls are interesting.
Sabonis is out too.
I think he's back. Sabonis is back. I'm pretty sure.
Sabonis is out. Over.
Was it his ankle? Well, I forget what was his ankle, and he was like resting or something.
If Sabonis not coming back, it's over.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what injury he's dealing with. It doesn't seem to be too major, but it does seem like something they monitor on a day-to-day basis. The Hornets got good news. It looks like LaMelo's actually going to be able to come back. So I think that'll help settle them in, and I think they should be able to hang in there.
They've been playing well.
I think the only change that I really see happening, like I said, I think the Pacers could fall out. I could see the Celtics and the Heat changing places, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Celtics dropping into the play-in, the Heat getting out of it.
Sabonis has a back injury, so we'll see how that works.
Big man,
that big man with a back injury is not looking.
Just sit him out. It's not worth it. Y'all not going nowhere.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'm sending him out. I think they go drop though. Yeah, I think they'll drop for sure.
All right, let's look at the West. Portland is a half game out of the 6. Which is held by the Mavericks. The Grizzlies are in the 8th spot, a game and a half behind Portland. Golden State, a game behind Memphis, as well as San Antonio, a game behind Memphis. Then the Pelicans are the closest team. They are 3.5 behind the Spurs. It's a very disappointing team for me to watch because I love watching Zion, but they just don't figure it out.
And they gotta blow that team. They gotta just start trading people because it's not working. They gotta get rid of that team.
They just play so dumb at the worst times.
Yeah.
I don't know if y'all watched that Pelicans Knicks game. Yep, it's just like they want to foul before they shoot, so they can take away the game tying 3 possibility, and Bledsoe just forgets what he's doing. And then Lonzo's dumbass helps off a Reggie Bullock in the corner.
The dumbest thing in the world.
Instead of just giving up the layup where they still have the lead. And
See,
they
Joe,
losing in overtime.
That's what you think. That's how you think the Suns are going to play in the playoffs, and that's not how they go play. That's what you probably think. They're going to be like the Pelicans, and it's not going to happen. I'm telling you.
No, man, nah.
It's not
happening. Pelicans need a lot of work, bro.
No, I can give you a great example. Take Lonzo out, put Chris Paul right there. Now we talking about them like we talking about the Suns.
I agree. They need to trade Lonzo because they don't understand how
Lonzo to the Bulls.
Thing is, they got young talent, but they so focused on Zion. They run sometimes the flow. They mess up the whole flow of the offense because they just try to force Zion the ball. I get it. The man he a beast.
They showed
you can't just keep feeding him the ball. You got to get people opportunities to score. You got players out there who can score.
I liked what Stan Van Gundy did offensively by putting Zion in almost a point guard role.
I love that.
That was a good move because Zion. I've said it since he's a really good passer. He is a really good passer. So instead of them having to look for him, he gets to play attacking and dishing. Their offense has been great. Their defense is just terrible.
Yeah,
their defense is awful, and it's all from a coach. I'm sure it's very frustrating because it's not an athleticism or a talent thing. It's a mental thing. They just make stupid mistakes.
It's all that.
Mm-hmm. And they got the right coach that you would think would fix it.
They are not.
But you can see, look, Zion shows you after the Garden, he is he's really a kid who's happy that he's playing basketball right now. Mm-hmm. That's part of the problem. It's like he's a beast, but you need somebody like LeBron is like, okay, don't be out here smiling and enjoying like this time, turn it on. So that's what they missing one veteran player,
They need somebody that's gonna come in there, guys. What the fuck are y'all doing?
The one thing I'm worried about Zion, he got the Dwight Howard effect. He smiled too much, man. He smiled too much. He's still a beast.
I don't get the sense.
He smiled too much, dog. He smiled too much for me, dog. I don't know what it is. I can't explain it. He just smiled too much for me, man.
You want him to be. See, that's what we want him to play like Zion.
That's the criticism we're going with.
I want him to be a dog.
Yeah,
I want him to be a dog.
Watch the man play. He plays like a dog. What are you talking about?
He's just stronger than everybody.
Are you crazy?
This man's 6'6", bodying people. Boy, you can't do that.
He do bully people, man. That's not true. Yes, it is. That's not true. Dwight Howard's soft and he big as hell. Dwight Howard's soft and he big as hell.
Zion and Dwight don't dominate the same way. Zion dominates because he just straight up tries to bully you, being undersized. Dwight Howard was never undersized. Dwight Howard could just before Dwight Howard had the
Howard is undersized. He's just long armed. Dwight Howard is undersized.
What Dwight are you?
Dwight Howard is 6'9", 6'10".
Stop it, Joe. What are you talking about?
What?
He got long arms. Dwight Howard is undersized.
He isn't. I don't know what NBA you've been watching.
Bruh.
Bro,
Dwight Howard is
6'10", 6'11". Yes,
6'10". He got long arms.
So that means he don't have that many people taller than him, and the people who are taller than him, he jumps higher than him.
Yeah, because he got long arms. He can jump and he got long arms. He's still undersized.
You can't blame him for. No, he's not. He's a typical. Bro. He's 6'10".
He's not bigger than everybody, but
yeah,
he's not undersized.
6'10" is normal now, but when he was in his prime, 6'10" was undersized. So he was undersized.
Let's not talk about his prime.
In his prime.
Please.
I'm talking about his prime.
His prime. He was the number one center. They were saying he was the number one center in the league in his prime. So
he was, but he was undersized.
So
he wasn't, but
he was undersized still.
Yeah.
When Andrew Bynum was playing, he was the number one center. When Andrew Bynum was
I'm not debating if he was the number one center or not. He was still small for a center.
Nonetheless, no, he could dominate just by his pure athleticism combined with his size.
Agreed.
He could just walk onto the court and get points because of his physical stature, physical and athleticism. Zion can't do that because he's 6'6". Zion is like Kobe's height.
Yeah, I agree.
Bullying 7-footers. That's not soft.
Centers.
I didn't say he was soft. I said he smiled too much for me. That's all I said.
Bro,
what are you trying to say? What are you trying to say about him? You're trying to say he's soft.
Yeah.
He smiled too much for me, man.
Yeah, he's trying to say he's soft.
Shaq smiled a lot.
What you trying to say?
Shaq did not smile like that.
He's literally, hey, bro. He's literally. It looks like he's dominating like he's a miniature Shaq. That's all.
He is dominating like he's miniature Shaq. I'll give you that.
The only person
not
we've
winning,
seen move this man out the way was
he don't got a Penny Hardaway or a Kobe.
Yeah,
he definitely don't. That's fair.
He's not winning because New Orleans.
I don't see Zion. Joe, to the only thing that I can maybe see that you're trying to say, I don't see Zion being that guy that comes in there and is like, hey, we need to cut this shit, stop the fucking turnovers, stop this and that. We got to do this better. Dude. He's not that kind of guy.
That dude. That's what I'm talking about.
Brandon Ingram's not that kind of guy.
That's what I'm talking about.
They don't have that person on the team. I think they need that. But that could be as simple as getting a Rondo.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's
it. They just need a good vet. They just need a good vet that will snap on people.
How well is Rondo working with the Clippers?
Very well. What are you talking about? I think they've lost like one game since he got there.
He hasn't been playing. He's been hurt.
Whatever.
It doesn't matter. It's the presence, bro.
It's what he does off the court in the locker room.
A person who's a real leader, they don't have to do anything. They can talk you into literally being the person.
All right, so I think I know where you guys are standing. I don't think any of us are feeling like the Pelicans or the Kings are going to bump into that play-in.
Hell no.
The Kings. No.
They're the next team. They're the next team. They're the next team in the standings. That's the only reason I said that.
But on a side note, I'm really impressed with Memphis. I'm excited to see Morant. He actually stepping his game out with no Valanciunas. He's playing and what was that one game he played against? What was it? I think it was a great game. Dallas, when him and Luka went head to head. I was like, this is the game he got to really prove himself, and he was out there looking like every bit of job we thought he was.
They got Jaren Jackson Jr. back last night, I believe. He came back. That's going to be a big help for them if he can give them good minutes.
Low key, I thought Dylan Brooks was going to be a bum in the NBA, but he's been playing decent. I
didn't see it either, Joe. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't see it either. I saw him as a college kind of hit guy, but he's got some dog to him. That team just got a bunch of dogs on it. That's a fun team to watch.
Yeah, playoff time.
They're a really fun team to watch.
I'm gonna love watching. Please let them make it. Please let them make it.
All right, guys. Last thing we're gonna touch on MVP. I said it a few weeks ago. I think Jokic was the MVP. I think he's all but kind of solidified it with how he's elevated his play. Anyone challenging Embiid?
No.
Nope. I can't. No, injuries messed it up. It's too easy. It's over. Unless the Golden State Warriors go on a tear, it's over. And Steph does something nuts. Just because the media, you never know, but it's over.
Dev?
I want to say Embiid so bad, but he can't deny what Jokic is doing.
Too many games.
Bro,
misses too many games, and he's had too many iffy games since he's been coming back.
The only thing that helped with Embiid until I guess yesterday, I think when he did come back, his numbers were up until yesterday, and it looked like now that don't matter. And Jokic, but Jokic didn't play that great yesterday either.
Yeah, but Jokic has the added of where he lost his point guard for the year. His team is less talented than the 76ers team is, and he's maintained them in the 4th spot. That's the difference.
Yeah. And that's why I give it
Joe,
to him.
I think you have a good point. I think if the Warriors could get to maybe the 7th seed and Curry keeps playing like he was on that little streak before he ran into the Wizards, I think Curry could make
Compazzo locked his ass up. Compazzo.
Oh, and I did look that up last game. I called him my Italian brother. He's not Italian at all. He's Argentinian.
Yeah. That's the team you think is a threat in the East. Yeah. Compazzo. That dude. Yes. Lock Steph
bro, you got one man. Hey, bro, we ain't seen that happen before.
Neither one of them are in the East, Joe. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh, and who's the point guard for the Wizards?
You talking about
It started with a C. Something.
Yeah,
I just saw him the other day. No, listen, they got somebody else now. Neto, they got somebody else too. I just saw him play. They got somebody else.
Compazzo plays for the Nuggets, so don't get it.
Nuggets? You right.
Compazzo plays for the Nuggets.
You're right, man. They changed their jerseys up so much. The Nuggets had jerseys on the other day that looked just like the Wizards. I was so confused.
Crazy.
Crazy.
That's the Wizards are going to
make black, red, and yes, sir.
Right, that's that brown orange juice over there. That's what that is.
Yeah, want to go ahead and finish.
Yeah, knock that back, Joe.
He almost at the bottom too.
There you go. Okay,
I'd have been finished that thing.
Oh, okay, Joe. I see. Big bottle. Hey, cheers to that. Cheers to that. All right. Ding. So I think we're all in agreement there. I think that's a good spot to end it with. 3 and a possible. Signing off. 424 edition.